Hello. I am on day 9 of my fast, and today, I'm breaking it. Yay. Fuck yeah. Because I'm ready for some food. I've been having food dreams lately. It is time to eat. So, I have been I've been going through a lot this fasting period. First couple of days was uncomfortable, and I was avoiding the shadow work that needed to be done, and that's okay. No shame. No shame, baby girl. Life is not always rainbows and sunshine. And I've certainly lived it. So, yeah, spirit. I'm trying to get more comfortable in front of cameras and recording and all of that. And so here I am. I've been doing a lot of meditation, and I just recently got a reading done. I do my own readings too, but I recently was watching a reading, and it was certainly for me, it resonated. And it said that I don't need to constantly be meditating the way that people say that you should meditate. Like I can meditate by walking or talking or doing whatever. So just me to be more flexible and how I'm going deeper into my own psyche rather than being like, oh, this is the only way that you can do it. So this is my permission for myself to figure it out my own creative way. And it's also me giving you permission to do the same thing. So if you feel like meditating is difficult and you can't sit still and all this stuff, do something else. You can still reach depths without being, you can still reach depths and understandings without laying down or sitting and meditating and getting to this space that can be very difficult to get there when you have blocks, right? And things of that nature. So, um, I am working currently through my self worth. I have struggled all my life with feeling worthless, like deeply, deeply worthless. And I'm trying to see myself in a different light because I know that that isn't true. It's not true. But knowing that it's not true and not connecting it and seeing where it's not true is where I'm at. I need that bridge. I need the connection to where it's like I know where the worthlessness started. It started when my father left me. Well, he left me, but him and my mom split up, divorced. And he was out of my life in seconds, it felt like. And I didn't really see him again until I think maybe like 6. And these were just like short little like holiday visits and things of that nature, like Christmas or whatever. Not even my birthday. Like I didn't get birthday cards or communication at all. No letters, nothing. It was basically zero contact, and then he would just kind of show up every once in a while. And he had a whole nother child and a new wife and this whole other family, which didn't help me feel like I mattered at all to him at that point. Like that was a confirmation in my mind that I mattered even less. Like he was like, "Oh, I'll just start over. I'll just have another kid and all of this stuff." And I don't blame my sibling because I absolutely love them. So, just putting that out there if you're watching this, I love you. Okay. I love you so much. But the thing is that when he left, I was 3. And I really thought he left, and this is a 3-year-old's mind, a child's mind. He didn't want me. And I feel like my mom distilled this into me even. It was like when I would ask her where my dad was, she would always be like, "Oh, he just left off the face of the earth," or whatever. Like making me not being like, "Oh, he loves you," and whatever. It was like, "Oh, he doesn't give a shit." It was all from her wounded shadow, her wounded self, her distaste, dislike, hatred for my father, which my father also mirrored to her. They were very much mirrors of each other, which is hilarious because they both act like they know each other, even though it's been so long since they've had a conversation, but they don't. But they do because they act so similar to each other. So they're mirrors. But everyone is a mirror. Anyways, get back to my self-worth. So I felt so lost. I felt like there's this whole hole in my life, even with my mom remarrying to a stepfather, which I told her he was bad news. I did. I read him. I was like, what, 5? About 5? 4 or 5? Maybe 6 when I met him. And I told her I didn't like him. And I couldn't really give her a real reason because I was a kid and it was an intuitive knowing. But she didn't respect it because I think my reason, I remember coming up with something because I was like, okay, well, let me give you an example. And it was just something that I was upset about being a 6-year-old. That like we went shopping, grocery shopping one day, and I wanted ice cream, or I wanted like a mint ice cream, or I love mint ice cream, so I'm sure that's what I wanted. And he wanted like a cookie dough or something, and I was really upset about that. So that was kind of the example I gave, but I'm a kid and I don't know why I know it. I don't even know about intuition at all. I just know. It's fine. They got divorced after like what? When I was like 13. So he was there for a minute, but it ended badly, just like with my father. But I told her, and I'm not saying that to be like, oh, I was right, but I was. And I'm validating myself in this right now. I was right. I knew. And the adults just wrote me off as a kid. So, but I wasn't, just because I was a kid doesn't mean that I didn't have value. So, I don't like that concept that children don't get the right to choose what they wear. And like, if they want to wear a fucking pirate costume, let them. Like, to school, like, oh, they will be bullied. Like, they're happy in that costume. You know? Like, they want to live their pirate dreams. Let them do it. I don't know. I don't get that. Why are we trying to crush children's expressive creativity and imagination? Like, and why do we decide that being an adult means you can't keep it? Just something to think about. Because I'm on a whole rediscovery of my inner child and really embracing her. She's in my driver's seat. She helps me dress every day. She helps me dance and sing and explore, and I need her so badly. Without her, life has no joy. I want that joy back. I want the magic back. I was watching a reading, and it was talking about the day the music died, from the American Pie song. I love that song. Um, Day the music died, singing bye bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. That's a bop. Um, but yeah, so I've been trying to find that day. Like, when did I stop believing in magic? When did I decide, or was forced? A lot of my childhood was force, manipulation, or coercion. Um, into like, you know, but back to self-worth, because I'm going all over the place, but that's what I'm doing. So I have ADHD, if you didn't know. And my thought loops sometimes don't connect, and sometimes my sentences don't finish. But I'm giving you information about my life, um, and my opinions, and what's going on with me. So, like it or not, I'm posting this video. You don't have to watch it. Okay. So, self-worth. I felt so worthless, especially around him. And my mom, she she was striving for this perfection that doesn't exist, because nothing's perfect. Um, we're all perfectly imperfect. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. And she wanted me to be, it was almost like she didn't see me as my own person. She saw me as a doll to dress up. Like, when I was little, she loved me because she had all the control. She loved me then. She was tender with me then. As soon as I was able to talk back, or ask questions, or anything like that, it became more challenging for her, and more challenging for me to get that affection that I was once getting when I was really little. So it became this game of control and manipulation. I don't think she was conscious of it. I think these things happened to her. It's also a part of our lineage, our ancestral lineage, these traumas. So it's it's not really all on her. And I wanted to say that. I don't blame her. I've forgiven her. I'm just examining what happened. What happened is that she told me to be a good little girl. And to be a good little girl in my household, you couldn't cry, or you didn't get affection. You had to follow the rules, whatever those were, like being sweet and happy. I was labeled the happy one, okay? Because I've always had this beautiful joy inside me, this beautiful light, this gorgeousness, this impossible light to ignore, but it was so triggering for her. I triggered her. So it became this emotional manipulation where, if she was triggered by the unconditional love that I was feeding her, or the truth of how I was seeing things, I was punished. I was punished for being myself over and over and over and over again. And it didn't stop there, okay? Because I knew that abuse. So, and not only that, I was abused in that household. I had to grow up really, really fast. At around 11, 12, I was babysitting my siblings. I had two siblings at the time, two younger siblings. And my mom worked nights, and she had a husband who also worked nights. They worked the graveyard shift at a casino. And so they worked long hours, the wee of the night. So I had already been responsible for getting all my siblings ready at a certain point in my, like, I think third grade, I was like responsible for that kind of stuff because my mom was just so tired in the mornings, which actually I understand. Like, that's fair. That's something that if that was my only responsibility, I think I would have been totally chill with. But once 11 and 12 came around, because my aunt used to come over and babysit us at night. I don't know what happened, if she was asking for more money or if she was just wanting to be paid for it, or if she just couldn't do it anymore because she had other things going on. But she decided that I was now the babysitter. So not only was I taking care of them in the morning and feeding them breakfast and getting them ready for school and getting them on the school bus, and myself too, but now after school, I would come home. I would get maybe a couple of hours, but really that they were sleeping, like I was basically a parent at 11, 12. I was raising my siblings at this point because I was feeding them dinner and giving them baths and reading them bedtime stories and putting them to bed and all of this stuff. But I also felt great resentment that I had to do it and that I couldn't just be a kid. I couldn't just do my homework and go hang out with my friends and read a book. That was gone. That was zip. No. And not only that, but we had chores to do as well. And I would get the full blame, even if it wasn't considered my chore. Like, it was like, oh, you do laundry, you do dishes, you whatever, right? I would get full blame if it wasn't all done. So at the end of the day, if I couldn't get my sibling to actually do it, I had to do it. Because if not, then I would get yelled at. I would get punished. Because I would get the blame. Because I'm the oldest. I'm responsible. So all of this heavy responsibility was put onto me as a 12-year-old. Adult responsibilities. I was taking care. I was a housewife. I was a housewife who also had to go to school, who also had to make good grades, who also wasn't allowed to cry or be upset or express how I was feeling. It was like I was in a pressure cooker. And the thing is that I never got any respect or recognition for all the hard work. It never happened. And honestly, I was undermined because my mom would feel guilty or ashamed. And like when the kids would come to me, when my siblings would come to me instead of her, she was like, "You're not their mother." Or I would step in because I'm used to having that role of responsibility and handling their fights and things like that. She'd be like, "You're not their mother." And so that instilled to them to disrespect me, which just made things so much harder for me. Because like I couldn't get them to, they resented me. I resented them. I was, and I didn't know what I was doing because I learned how to be a parent from my mother, and she taught me like to react to when you feel out of control, to take it out on someone or something, or that generational trauma that she's experienced, that she hasn't worked through. She wasn't healed or conscious when she had me, and she wasn't healed or conscious when she had them. And we were there as lessons for her, opportunities for her to grow and to do better. But that never happened. She didn't do better by me. She didn't. She was a bad mom. Doesn't mean I don't love her. Doesn't mean I understand what's going on. Like, I understand. She couldn't love me. She didn't even love herself. She still doesn't love herself. She can't love me. If you don't love yourself, you can't love others. It can be some weird version of it, some fondness of it. Like you're fond of that person, you gave birth to that person, you have a connection to that person. It's conditional, and that's not real love. It's like I love them when they're good. That's what I got. This played with my self-worth like a violin. I already felt worthless because my dad didn't want me. And then I felt like I couldn't get love because I was looking outside of myself, because this is what our society teaches us and also what my parents taught me. And so I was looking outside of myself for love, someone to really love me, respect me, take care of me, want me. And I didn't get that at home. And I didn't get that at school. And I didn't get it in love. Especially not in love. I took love very seriously. I had like a crush on a boy when I was 13. Um, and nothing really happened there. I didn't even kiss him. He once was trying to pressure me into having more of a physical relationship with him. I was 13, man. And was like, if you don't kiss me, you're a lesbian. And it's so funny because I ended up marrying a woman. I was like, I guess you're right. Although I don't identify as a lesbian, I identify as queer. Because I literally would date anyone. Does not matter the genitalia. It doesn't even matter what you identify as. You could identify as a stick, but if we vibe, we vibe, you know? So I'm very open to that. But anyways, so my ex, my ex really did a number on my self-esteem and my confidence and my trust in humanity. So we talk about it's not like I just don't even know how conscious they were, or if they were conscious. It's just some like weird culty bullshit is what that relationship was. But I manifested it into my life. I was connected and drawn in. One, it was a fated soul tie. Like it had to happen. It was a karmic relationship. It needed to happen. They were a mirror to me because I was still unhealed. I was still repeating the traumas that were in my generational line, and also was taught to me by my mother, right? And my father, because I lived with my father too. He made me feel like the dumbest person alive. He made me feel like the dumbest person alive. I used to feel so insecure and stupid. I'm not a great speller, although I'm getting a lot better now because I've been sounding out the word. Fuck it. I don't care. 29, who cares? I'm sounding out words. I don't know how to spell the words. Our educational system failed me when it came to the spelling, okay? They gave us like 24 words we had to learn every week. And we would take a time test yeah, definitely a timed spelling test. And then like you would memorize. But then like you didn't use it again after that. So it just didn't stick. It didn't stick. So anyways, yeah, not a great speller. Um, I was constantly being silenced my entire life. Silenced. And my power is in my voice. Okay. It is here. I'm unlocking my throat chakra. We're gonna get through this. And I'm going to speak the truth. And I am speaking the truth. So he made me feel really dumb. He's very much an intellectual man. He sees only value and knowledge in what you can see. Very sciencey, chemistry teacher, like all this stuff, right? He's a chemist and he is brilliant, don't get me wrong. You know, he's smart, he's educated. He puts no value at all in emotional intelligence. At all. Like at all. And or spirituality. And he's an atheist, which is right. Like there's no shame. It's like you do you. I'm not here to judge you. And it was just it's very difficult being in that house. Like I moved in when I was like 16. I went through a period of my I was went through a very deep depression from 15 to 16. I was slowly getting out of it when I moved in with him. There were I didn't try to attempt suicide, but I was fantasizing about it a lot. So I emailed because my mom was working at the time, and I emailed her, and then she put me into a mental hospital, and I was inpatient for like 2 weeks, and then I was outpatient for a long while, I think like 4 weeks, and then I was doing therapy, and I was realizing at that time that my mom was really harming me in her manipulations, and I went to her with it, and it really pissed her off because she couldn't face her own shadow and her act and things, and how she brought me into this life and it was her responsibility to help raise me. And there's a bird by my window. Hi, spirit. Birds come over all the time. Thank you. That was just a confirmation you're doing good. I need some water. Anyways, she was like, I'm done dealing with you. Go move in with your dad. So I did. And I wanted to because I was just tired of the environment that was living with my mom. My dad was a whole nother roller coaster of trauma. And lot of yelling from his wife. A lot of yelling. Me and her have always had tension between us. because I saw her as the person that took away my dad. And my mom's really negative opinion of her I was obviously influenced by it, because at this time I wasn't aware that my mom was manipulating me or hurting me, or that I was even being abused. I looked up to her. She was on a pedestal. I thought she was so wonderful and creative and cool. And she is creative and cool, okay? And spiritual and whatever, but not wonderful. So her soul has purpose, and she has value. Just if you can't look within yourself, you're not going to ever get anywhere. You're just going to be in the survival matrix mode. And that's the truth. I'm getting distracted. I'm just giving you some life story. But my self-worth has been tied to how people have perceived me. And I'm right now trying to detach from that and really see myself for the beautiful, gorgeous girl that I was and that I am. I'm a woman now, but you know what I'm saying? I was so kind. I was so kind. And people took that as weakness and naivety. And yeah, I've had periods of my life where I was naive and trusting and got bit for it. Got real nasty bites. You know? I make people insecure. It's not, yeah, that's what it is. It's like I am uniquely myself. And when I did, like, even like 20% of my true self, my inner authentic self, my higher self, being expressed, was immediately bashed, was immediately like, oh, you're not good enough, or, these are the things that I was telling myself, that I wasn't good enough, that my only value was in my work ethic, that I needed to perform and not be myself to be liked, that I needed to be liked by people to have value. That I don't believe anymore. I literally don't care if you like me or not. It doesn't mean that it doesn't hurt my feelings, but I don't take it as it's me not being good enough, it's me not having any worth. But I sincerely used to believe that. Oh, that my worth was tied to other people's opinions of me. See, but I've broken free from that, which is wonderful. Wonderful. But there's something deeper that I'm not seeing. Something, because I am able to be myself when I'm alone. Singing in a mirror, grooving to some songs, writing beautiful stories and hopping around and creating oracle cards and doing tarot readings and whatever. Like, I'm able to be myself when I'm by myself, which is something that I used to not even be able to do. So that is serious progress and healing. But now I'm being challenged and wanting to do is be myself in front of others, like physically being there with a group of people and not dimming my light, not shrinking myself, not making others comfortable, because I'm such a supportive person, and that isn't something I'm ashamed of. It's not weakness. It is a great strength to be able to be there for someone emotionally and comfort them in a time where they need it. But there was this programming that I'm destabilizing that was, you don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. Like, it's better to keep status quo. It's better to dim yourself, not say that thing you want to say, hold your tongue, don't say the truth if it's going to upset people. And I'm tired of being fucking quiet. I am. I truly am. I'm tired of silencing my own self. It's me repeating the traumas that were placed upon me, taught to me by my mom, by society, by the generational traumas that I carry in my body. And that's okay. I'm meant to experience these things so that I can rise above it. And it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. I just need you to understand that all the trauma that you've experienced, it wasn't to hurt you. It was so that you could rise above it. So that you could build a stronger character, a stronger, stable foundation within yourself, knowing that you are worthy. And you see that the people that hurt you were just hurting themselves. Because we are all one. So if I hurt you, I'm hurting me. To have ill feelings towards someone and really hate them is natural and something you have to work through. I've been there. I've done it. I've had serious anger, and especially for my ex, serious anger. But it's something to work through and not to hold on and let it fester in your soul, in your body. Because anger doesn't serve you. It never will. It's an emotion and you should express it. You should always express it. Express what you're feeling. Don't deny. If you're feeling hatred, look at it, see it, feel it. Figure out where it's stemming from, and then let it go. Process it, let it go. That's where I'm at. My self-esteem was hit a lot growing up. And the thing is that I'm not traditionally pretty. I'm gorgeous. Fuck that shit. But I'm gorgeous. But I wasn't traditionally pretty growing up. I was a chubby, beautiful baby girl. A lot of belly fat. I still have a lot of belly fat. I love my belly fat. So fuck off. I have a beautiful face, beautiful eyes, tall, really tall. For a girl. I'm like almost 6 feet. Or at least I was. I might have shrunk a little bit. Last time I got my height examined, I was like 5'10". So, whatever. I can still reach the top shelf at the grocery store, so yeah. And little old ladies always coming up to me like, can you get this for me? Like, you got it, babe. Like, you're tall, come here. I'm sure if you're tall, you can relate. It doesn't matter your gender. Although I wonder what it would be like to be short. Because you can reach all the bottom stuff without going real, real low, That's cool. Self-esteem. It's always being hit by others. I understand that it was just them being insecure in themselves. But yeah, so I was a chubby girl, which is not looked well upon, especially in the South, especially in especially in the time period that I was going to school where like really skinny was in and like top model was on and there's all these shaming of our bodies, and you want big boobs and a good sized butt and a tiny waist and no belly and all this stuff. And I just didn't look like that, and I never have, and I never will. Like, I like my belly. Literally, I've been losing weight, not because I haven't been fasting to lose weight. That's just been a spiritual cleansing and clearing my body of toxins and things. Beautiful. Chef's kiss. But the what is that? I've been losing weight through this spiritual awakening and journey that I've been going through. And it's pretty natural, really. It's because I've been doing a lot of hiking, I've been getting out a lot, been dancing, been being more active because I'm feeling happier and more connected with the earth. Yay. But also it's just like it was like the pounds that I had collected over the years was just like grief. Like my eating habits have changed. Not saying I still don't eat. Like, I love Takis. Okay, I love Takis. It's something that if my girl's playing. um, I love Takis, and it's not super good for you. I know that. But it's something that I do enjoy. Eating every once in a while. And I like candy and stuff like that. Like, I still eat the things that I want to eat that bring me joy, but I'm not eating excess of it. I'm eating a lot more lighter foods and stuff like that. But it's been a natural shift. I'm not dieting. I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm actually feeling kind of strange about being this lighter weight. I don't remember, like, this body reminds me of the body I was in when I was 20. Like that, around that size, but I think it's even smaller than that, than when I was 20. So very interesting, very cool, and I'm loving it. But I'm also feeling weird, like, oh, but I identified as a big girl for so long, but I still have my belly, okay, and my chunky thighs and all this. So it's not that I don't identify as that, because I'm still not thin, which I love. I'm gonna be so real with you. It doesn't feel right to me to be super thin. It's like an unnatural. If you have that body type, then rock on. But like, to be like this beauty standard, to like everyone has to look like this or you're not beautiful, is bullshit. Do you hear me? Bull fucking shit. I don't know if I really got deep into the self-worth. I understand the things that I'm talking about are things that I know. There's something that connects it. There's like my relationship I just didn't even tell you about. I started and I was like, no, thank you. So maybe another video. But I think that's where we're ending it today. I will leave you with a word. Let's do it, shall we? My self-love over there is being created. Some of these cards are just words right now, but I am drawing. Maybe I'll show you one if okay, one second. Okay. Let's see. Spirit, what can you tell me? What do I need to know about this self-worth? Timing. Timing, sunset, which doesn't necessarily mean sunset. It could mean the end, maybe. What is it, sugar? Oh, you want to go outside? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I know. Mommy's so mean not taking you outside. Yeah. Okay, well, you're so cute. I love that you have your little snorty snorts. Okay, we will go outside, but can you give mommy just a moment, okay? We got timing, sunset. So ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, Sagittarius, which is like personal freedom and like more carefree. Sponge. Aries, Wilder. Oh, look, we got one that is so like absorbing this personal power. Rock on. Okay, so this is the one that I've drawn. Isn't she cool? This image just came to me. Wielder. I imagine it to be like the magician card, like the elements. I don't know. It's a cool drawing. I really like it. Okay. Anyways, this was really for me. I'm just sharing it with you because why not? If you made it this far, then you saw it. So, anyways, see you guys later. Bye-bye.